I don't know how many times I've started a video by saying this, but it needs to be said again. This is the most incompetent administration we've ever had. And we have so much evidence of it. It's like it's overwhelming, right? So Caroline Levitt is doing her regular thing where she's lying and being smug and all that, right? And then she goes, you know what? I have a message straight from the president. I have a message about Israel and Iran, and I want to read this message to you. And then she pulls this out and she says this.
I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today.
Don't you just love the smug confidence? That's a direct quote from the president for you guys. Like, she thinks she did something there. She really thinks she did something there. Meanwhile, every single one of us watching this is like, 2 weeks again? 2 weeks. All right, he's going to do it in 2 weeks again. And then someone calls her out on it. They're like, hey, the president's been saying 2 weeks about Russia, and he said 2 more weeks. How do we know he's going to stick to this 2-week thing this time? And their go-to when they have no answers, because that is what's going on here. They have no answers right now. Their go-to is to blame Joe Biden. Well, we wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for the incompetence of Joe Biden. So that is what she does here.
Caroline, President Trump has said previously in regard to Russia, he's used this phrase about 2 weeks several times in terms of like, we expect like a 2-week deadline and then you give another 2-week deadline. How can we be sure that he's going to stick to this one on making a decision on Iran?
Well, in those deadlines, as you've seen in respect to Russia, Ukraine, might I add, these are two very different, complicated global conflicts, as you know, that the president inherited from our previous incompetent president in the weakness of the previous administration. And the president has spent a tremendous amount of time and effort cleaning up these crises that were caused by the last administration's just complete dereliction of duty on the world stage and American weakness. Now we have American strength again.
And my follow-up question would honestly be, without using Joe Biden's name or the previous administration, can you tell us what the fuck are you guys gonna do? They have absolutely nothing. But this 2-week thing, this guy looks like the weakest piece of shit ever, because every single country now knows that Donald Trump says 2 weeks when absolutely nothing is going to happen. I mean, here's a montage of him saying 2 weeks about so many things that has never, ever come to fruition.
You trust President Putin? You know, in about 2 weeks.
Is Ukraine doing enough to get this?
I'd rather tell you in about 2 weeks from now.
Keep saying 2 weeks about President Putin. What is 2 weeks? Give us, what is the actual date? What is the timeline?
2 weeks or less, and if it's a little more at the time, I said it'll be out in about less than 2 weeks, probably. Pretty exciting, right? I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we're going to find out very soon.
Tariffs if he was imposing on them in the next 2 weeks. In 2020, he promised a health care plan to replace the Affordable Care Act that would come in, you guessed it, 2 weeks. A plan that has yet to come. Trump even said it several times back in 2017 on things like the Paris Climate Accord and an infrastructure deal. As for what this 2-week deadline means for Trump's thinking on Iran, we don't truly know.
At this point, Donald Trump is basically a Commodore 64. Walk up to him and he's like, they're going to see the evidence very soon, 2 weeks. Walk away, come back, same damn thing. It's a witch hunt. Everyone says so, 2 weeks. It's like someone forgot to install the new damn patch or put in a different fucking floppy disk or something. Like, this guy, literally, his entire vocabulary spans like 3 things. It's Joe Biden's fault. It's a witch hunt. You'll see it in 2 weeks. Why is anyone even taking this guy seriously anymore? Who's really falling for this? Because I'm starting to think that the MAGAs are just at a point where they're like, we're too deep in. We can't go back now. There's no way we can admit that we were wrong about this. We can't admit that we're actually as stupid as the Democrats have been saying we are. So we just have to pretend to keep being as stupid as the Democrats have been saying we are. What the hell? Seriously, 2 weeks from now, everything's going to happen, but absolutely nothing is going to happen. This guy is incompetent. Caroline Leavitt is stupid. Everyone in this administration will go down as some of the dumbest people to ever hold office. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.